Good morning. Today we are solving multi-step equations. I should have given you this little card that has first distribute, then combine like terms, then get the variable on one side, then undo addition or subtraction, and then undo multiplication or division. So far we've done these two. Now we're working our way further up the list, going backwards here. So let's take a look here. We're going this direction, downwards, from the top to the bottom here. So first, we're going to solve. There's no parentheses, we can't distribute. We can combine our like terms though. 8x minus 3x, 8 minus 3 is 5x. So 5x minus 10 equals 20. So we've combined our like terms. All the variables are already on one side, just x here. Now we're going to undo addition or subtraction. Opposite of subtracting 10 is adding 10. So we have 5x, and 20 plus 10 is 30. Then last, this is multiplied by 5. The opposite would be to divide by 5. So 5 over 5 is just 1, or x, and 30 divided by 5 is 6. Let's try another one. Draw your line down. We can't distribute on this one, but we can combine our like terms. Don't forget your negatives here. This is a negative 11 and a negative 13. All negatives, add them up, that's really a negative 24p. And then write the rest of the problem, negative 9, and then 27. So, a variable's already on one side, just p here. So we have to get rid of our addition or subtraction first. We can't get rid of this. This is really multiplied. So this is a positive 28. We need to do the opposite and, I'm sorry, not 28, 27. Subtract 27. Those cancel. These are all negatives. So this is, add them all up. 7 plus 9 is 16. So negative 36. And then we have a negative 24p over here. This is really multiplied, so the opposite would be to divide by negative 24. 24 over 24 is just 1, or p. We know two negatives make a positive, and I'm going to plug this into my calculator. 36 divided by 24 should give me 1.5. If you simplified the fraction and got 3 over 2, that would be fine as well. Alright, here, same thing. Combine our like terms first. Negative 2 plus a negative 4. They're all negatives, so that's really a negative 6x. Write the rest of the problem. Now, get rid of just your addition or subtraction. This is really multiplied, can't do that, so we're going to get rid of this positive 18 by subtracting 18. We have negative 6x. These are all negatives, add them all up, they're all in the same boat here. 8 plus 4 is 12, and 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. And then last, the opposite of multiplying by 6 is dividing, so divide by negative 6 on both sides. 6 times what is 42? 6 times 7 is 42. We know two negatives would make a positive. This next one we have a little bit more to do because we have parentheses. With those parentheses we need to distribute first. On the top here we have x plus 6. On the left side we have 2. So if we multiply 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 6 is 12. So we have 2x plus 12, and then plus 7x equals 39. So now we can combine our like terms. I have a 2x and a 7x. Again, all I'm doing is following this list, going down it. 2 plus 7 is going to give me 9x, and then write the rest. Get rid of addition or subtraction. I see a plus 12, so I'm going to subtract it. Get all the numbers on the same side. Subtract 9 minus 2 is 7. 3 minus 1 is 2, so I have 27. And then last, the opposite of multiplying by 9 is dividing by 9. 9 times 3 should give us 27. Next it says write and solve an equation. You helped a friend move a short distance recently. The friend rented a truck for $15 an hour. So here's our truck, $15 for every hour, so 15 multiplied by the number of hours. And rented a dolly. This is a dolly that you stack your boxes on when you're moving to help you move. This was $5. Your friend paid a total of $80 for the rental. For how long did your friend rent the truck? So we know it was a total of $80. Well, what added up to $80? Well, the $5 dolly plus the $15 for every hour. So let's just solve this. Get rid of our addition and subtraction, so I'm going to subtract 5. We have 15h. 80 minus 5 is now 75. And then last, the opposite of multiplying by 15 is divide by 15. 15 goes into 75. Should be 5 times. So our answer is 5 hours. It took them 5 hours to move. Alright, next it says the length of the rectangle is 3 inches more than its width. So I know this is a rectangle. I'm going to draw a rectangle. The perimeter is 52 inches. Find the length and the width of the rectangle. So instead of using W and L, I'm just going to use the letter X to represent whatever part I don't know. If you use L and W, you'll get more confused later. So it says the length is 3 inches more than its width. Well, if this is the width, I don't know what the width is. I'm just going to say it's X. If the length, this side here, is 3 inches more, well, it's X plus 3 inches more, plus 3. We know the perimeter is 52. Well, perimeter is adding up all the sides. So if this side is X plus 3, this side is X plus 3, this is X, this is X. So we can put the 1s there if you want, 1x, 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 1x. We know the perimeter is equal to 52. Well, perimeter is just adding up all the sides, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 x's. Plus, we have 3 plus 3, which is 6. So all we have to do is solve. Let's subtract 6 first. We have 4x. 52 minus 6 is 48. And then divide by 4. 48 divided by 4, not going to be a nice number. 48 divided by 4 in my calculator is 12. So the width right here is 12. So the width is 12. That means the length over here, that's the width. The length is 3 inches more, so that would be 15. Alright, let's do a couple more. First thing, we need to distribute or multiply over here. This isn't just a 2.5, it's a negative 2.5. And then we have 5.4 and negative 6m. So if we multiply, I know these are going to make a negative. 2.5 times 5.4 gives me 13.5. Here, two negatives multiply to make a positive. 2.5 times 6 gives me 15, and there's an m there. So I'm going to write this all out. 8.7 equals 3.5m minus 13.5 plus 15m. So we have the like terms here. We have a 3.5 and a 15. So if we add those two together, 15, 16, 17, 18.5m. And then we have this minus 13.5 equals 8.7. So again, getting rid of just your addition or subtraction first. Let's do the opposite of what we see, add 13.5. So we have 18.5 m. 7 plus 5 is 12. 8 plus 1 is 9. Plus 3 more is also 12. So we have 22.2. And then last, the opposite of multiply is divide. So we have 22.2 divided by 18.5 gives us a nice 1.2. Let's do this next one again. Same way, this is a negative 2 out front, and we have x minus 5. So if we distribute negative 2 times x, it's just negative 2x. Negative 2 times a negative makes a positive 10. So we have 6x minus 2x plus 10 equals 46. Then combine our like terms. 6 minus 2 is 4x. Then get rid of addition and subtraction. Subtract 10. We have 4x equals now 36. And the opposite of multiply is divide. 36 divided by 4 gives us 9. These are the exact same processes. This one was just a little bit harder on the left because of the decimals and the non-nice numbers. Alright, same thing here. Let's distribute. This isn't just 1.5, it's negative 1.5. So negative 1.5 times 6. If we plug that into our calculator, that should give us a negative 9m. Negative 1.5 times 2 is going to be a negative 3. If we double 1.5, we get us 3. So we have 4.5 minus 9m minus 3 equals 6. If you have questions, please make sure to stop and ask as well. So we have some like terms here. 4.5 minus 3, well 4 minus 3 is 1, and we have the 0.5. So we have negative 9m plus 1.5 equals 6. So we need to get rid of this 1.5. I'm going to subtract 1.5, the opposite of what we see. We have negative 9m. And 6 minus 1 is 5, but minus another 0.5 would be 4.5. And then last, the opposite of multiplying is dividing by negative 9. I know these don't get along, it's going to be a negative here. 4.5 divided by 9 in my calculator would give me negative 0.5. If you wanted to write 1/2, that's fine too. Alright, this next one, it says the perimeter equals 23 feet. We have x is here, this is 1x, here's 2x, and here's x plus 3. We don't include feet when we're solving a problem, we just include that on our answer. So perimeter is just adding all the sides, so we're going to add them up. 1x plus 2x plus x plus 3. This is really a 1x there as well. So 1x plus 2x is 3x, plus another 1x is 4x. So solving the rest here, get rid of addition or subtraction. Subtract 3. We have 4x equals now 20. And divide by 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Alright, I think we got 1, 2, 3 more. We might skip a couple. Alright, it says, a flock of cranes migrates from Canada to Texas. The cranes take 14 days, or 336 hours, to travel 2,500 miles. The cranes fly at an average speed of 25 miles per hour. How many hours of the migration are the cranes not flying? So we know it's going to take them a total number of miles is 2,500 miles. This 14 days is talking about how much total time it's going to take if they have to stop and eat and use the bathroom and sleep and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to ignore that for now. We know that from start to finish they have to go this far. The whole time they're flying at a speed of 25 miles per hour. So 25 multiplied by the number of hours. So we're trying to figure out how many hours would it take if they're straight flying from one spot to the next. We know it'll take 14 if they stop and stop and stop and stop and stop. But we want to know just straight flying how much it would take. So let's divide by 25. H would equal 100. So it would take them 100 hours to fly straight there. But it says that it's going to take them 336 hours or 14 days. We want to know how much time are they not flying then? Well, this is total, and we know they're flying for 100 hours. If we subtract, that would leave us 236 hours not flying. Alright. We're going to look at two different ways to solve the same types of equations with fractions that are distributing. The first way is just like we've been doing, distributing using our box to multiply. 3/5 and then 5m plus 15. If we do it this way, we have 3/5 times 5, which is really 5 over 1. 3 times 5 is 15. 5 times 1 is 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So that would be 3m. Or you could just plug that in your calculator. And then over here, 3/5 times 15. Again, it's just 15 over 1. 3 times 15 would give us 45. 5 times 1 is 5. 45 divided by 5 would give us a positive 9. So we'd have 3m plus 9 equals a negative 12. And when we solve this, getting rid of addition and subtraction first, I'm going to subtract 9. We have 3m. These are all negatives, so add them up. It's really negative 21. And then the opposite of multiplying is divide. So this isn't anything new. It's negative 7. That's what we've done before. But now we're going to look at a new way. Didn't we learn to get rid of a fraction we could multiply by the reciprocal? That's what we can do on this one as well. Because if we were to distribute, 4 times 4 would be 16. 16 divided by 5 is not going to be a nice number. So instead, we could multiply by the reciprocal. Again, I'm going to put this negative with the 4. So the reciprocal of negative 4/5 would be multiplying by 5 over negative 4 times 5 over negative 4. So that those cancel out. So we have 4a minus 1 left over. Over here, this is really over 1. 5 times 28, I'm going to use my calculator. Gives me 140. On the bottom, 4 times 1 is 4, and it's a negative. So 140 divided by 4 gives me 35. So that's a negative 35. And then solving this even further, get rid of just your addition or subtraction first, so add 1. Different signs here. This is more negatives. There's 34 more negatives. And then last, the opposite of multiply is divide. So negative 34 divided by 4 should give me a negative 8.5. So instead of dealing with a fraction the whole time, we got rid of that fraction right away. These are the last two. Again, these wouldn't form nice numbers here. 2 times 3 would give us 6. 6 divided by 5, not going to be nice. So instead, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. Times 5 over 2. So our fraction's gone. Those cancel. We have 3r plus 4. 5 times 10 over here is 50. 2 times 1 is 2. Well, 50 divided by 2 is 25. And then solve like a regular equation here. Subtract 4 first, get rid of your addition and subtraction. And that gives us 21. The opposite of multiply is divide. So 21 divided by 3 is 7. Let's do this last one the same way. I'm going to put the negative with the 3 and multiply by the reciprocal. Multiply by 4 over negative 3 times 4 over negative 3. So those cancel. We have w minus 6. 12 times 4 is 48. On the bottom we have 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. 48 divided by 3, if I plug that in my calculator, it's going to give me a negative 16. And then the only thing I have left, w is already just w. We just need to get rid of that negative 6 by adding 6. Negative 16 plus 6, there's more negatives, there are 10 more negatives. So answer is negative 10. Oops, too far. Here is your homework out of the book. Good luck.